Hi, Randy Wheeler here with Wheeler Coaching. Today in this video, I want to help us understand how do we make decisions as leaders. As a leader, so many things are coming at us. There's decisions to be made that are small, that are large, that are enormous, and it can be overwhelming, and decision fatigue can become a real thing. Why are making decisions effectively important? Well, as a leader, our decisions impact more than just us. When we were just a producer, we only had to worry about ourselves. Our decisions impacted us, and well, maybe those that are closest to us. But beyond that, they may not have impacted a lot of people. But the more people we oversee and get the privilege of serving and leading, the more impact it makes. So making good decisions is critical, but it's hard. So let me give you a few tips and ideas on, or just simply directions on how to make decisions. So first of all, we want to clarify the problem and priority. Get clear on what's the problem and what's the priority. What do I mean by that? So a problem comes to your desk, a problem comes to you, doesn't need to be dealt with right away. So that's the priority piece. Not every problem has to be dealt with right away. But be careful not to put the problem off and then it grows into a bigger problem. Make sure you put down when you're going to think about it, when you're going to deal with it and address it later. So that's the first piece, is clarifying what is the problem and what's the priority. Next, we want to consider all the options and perspectives. And so if a problem has come to you, maybe there's a challenge with a client that they are not very satisfied with your service. Okay, well, first of all, clarify what exactly are you not satisfied with? All right, now, what are all the ways you didn't get good service? Is one option just they're perceiving it's not good service? Did somebody fail to do their job? Did somebody not communicate effectively? There's lots of different perspectives to any problem. So look at every angle possible to give you more clarity as you're trying to decide. You see, these two pieces that I've talked about, that's consulting our head. Ken Blanchard wrote a book and he talks about decisions, and he talks about consulting your head and then consulting another area. And that's where we're going to go next. We want to next consult our heart. What do I mean by that? I'm not saying it's ooey gooey, but another way to look at it is check your gut. We want to look at the logical, we got to look at the reasonable, but sometimes we also got to make sure, does this feel right? Does this seem like the right decision? Now, I wouldn't say go all head or all heart and gut, but lean on both. And maybe if you're like me, you don't trust your gut very well. So there's probably people around you on your team or in your life that if you tap into them and ask, hey, what do you think? They might be a good litmus test for your gut. Tap into them, ask them, and see what they think. Especially if they have no impact from your decision. They'll be an objective voice in this process. And then finally, the last thing to consider is just simply choosing the best solution. Notice I didn't say the right solution, because in decisions, sometimes we got to make them fast. We just got to choose the best solution with the information we have and what we know at the moment. And yes, we are going to make bad decisions. Yes, we are going to make mistakes. That's part of the leadership process. So my friend, make the best decision you can with the information you have, having consulted your head and consulted your heart or your gut, and you'll be just fine. So let's look at this again. Clarify the problem and what the priority is, how fast you need to deal with it. Consider all the options and perspectives, consult your heart, and then choose the best solution. I'm not trying to, decisions are complicated. I'm not trying to oversimplify it, but sometimes we do make it more complicated than it needs to be. Consult your head, consult your heart, make the best decision. Which of these areas do you need to work on? Do you need to be better at clarifying what the problem is, or prioritizing if the problem needs to be dealt with now or maybe a little later? Or maybe it's one of the other areas. Whichever it is, I encourage you to work on it today. If you found this helpful, please share with others, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And also, if you're not getting this through your email inbox, go to leadwell.biz, get it directly to your email inbox. And also you can take a free leadership assessment while you're there. Have a fantastic day. Make those decisions. Be confident in doing the best decision possible. And continue to lead well.